I'm so excited to have this experience. I'm doing the Small Boys podcast here with Connor Don. That's his real name, legal name, and Aaron Naylor. I'm so happy.
Thank you for having me.
I just
Bill Bennett.
talk over. I have questions for you,
Okay.
Aaron. I did
That's
extensive research into you.
Good. What'd you learn?
That you like Chinese food. That is what I. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been doing comedy for since 2013. You started in Tucson.
I did.
I guess how do you feel about like from how the Tucson like comedy scene was different from the Kansas City comedy scene, and how? Yeah, I'll start with that.
How the Tucson scene was different than Kansas City? Tucson was smaller for sure. It's like a college town. And there wasn't as much going on. Also, when I came to Kansas City, there wasn't much going on either. But there was like 3 mics maybe a week.
Would you say like Kansas City's the epitome of like a Midwestern comedy town, or is it? How do you feel like it's different?
Yeah, I think it's like Kansas City and places like Indianapolis are very like mid-sized cities that have mid-sized comedy scenes, and there's a lot of room for like DIY stuff. That
does improv
good.
Always come with stand-up? Because I feel like the two sides always collide. Of improv kids and like stand-ups always seem to be like the Nut, like the Comedy Nut.
Yeah.
And then some of them do.
Well, now the divide has grown closer. Because before, like, there wasn't any crossover that I know of. Like, there was a couple of improvers who came over to do stand-up. But the improv scene was bigger than stand-up scene for a little bit.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of theaters in Westport.
Yeah, so they've popped up now. I mean, there used to be Comedy City, and then of course the Kick Comedy Theater in Westport. And we used to do stuff there. Like they would do little one-off shows that they'd bring stand-ups in to do their act, and then the improv troupe would act out the act.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what
cool.
I was.
Which is incredibly hard.
I think the Valentine's Day they had like I don't know where it was, but there was like an improv show about like where they would have like comedians talk about their love life. And they act.
So it's something like that. So like they used to do a New Year's show, which I did a couple times, and you had to tell stories of shame, basically, like embarrassing stories, and they were supposed to act them out, but they didn't. I don't know why. I told they would only have like 2 stand-ups on there, because like in theory they're better at telling stories and like shit like that.
I was like making somebody somebody uncomfortable. They were like, I was like, why don't you yes and me? And they were like, no, I completely reject that idea, and I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. You said that to somebody that you wanted them to yes and you?
Yeah, I was like, yes and me. Like, talk about my girl problems or something.
Yes, anding you is sometimes
it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's tough. Because you put up a wall.
Yeah.
When you put your hand to your face and laugh, you kind of like close it off, shut the door.
I'm ultimately unknowable.
You're a challenge for sure.
Thanks.
But like now, okay, so back to your question about the improv people. Now there's more stand-ups that are doing improv than before. So they are bridging that gap. And there are some improv people who are doing stand-up, but like I feel like improv, you pay for it, first of all, to be like taught or whatever in a troupe. And it's probably more rewarding. Like there's more camaraderie.
Yeah.
You're not alone on stage every time.
Yeah, it's a team.
Stand-up is very isolated. Even if you like, all my friends are comedians, but I would sell them down the fucking river for a 15-minute special in a heartbeat. I don't care, and they know that, which is good. And they would do the same thing for me, which they should. Yeah, because it's all about stand-up's all about you.
Yeah.
See, even if you do a lot for, like, I do a lot for the scene. I've always done as much as I can for the scene, and the people who don't do that much for the scene, I don't like, because they're selfish and shitty. Yeah, but like I am also selfish. and can be shitty.
I feel like, yeah, I mean,
but it's a give and take.
Yeah, it does definitely come with the territory. I mean, it's
a competition.
Yeah, technically, we're all selling ourselves, which is our brand.
Yeah, I know. Like I started
at my level.
Sure, I started doing comedy because like in high school I played a lot of baseball. Like I love baseball, and I couldn't play it anymore. So I was like 20, just turned 22, and I had no like competitive stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, this great transition. So from my knowledge, you started stand up to run away from women. You were doing these like Arizona clubs because like your girlfriend at the time couldn't get in, right?
Yeah, so my girlfriend wasn't 21 yet, so she couldn't go, and she and I were not on good terms. Well, we were fine probably, but there was a lot of like we were both young and didn't know how to talk about how we felt. So yeah, most of it was just me running away to the comedy club, and she would go to college.
Everybody, talk about your feelings to your significant other. That's what.
Well, yeah, man, that's tough. That's
tough.
Boys. It's tough. I mean, I'm still really bad at it.
You mentioned baseball, so you played like competitive baseball when you were younger too.
Mm-hmm.
You still have these like do you have a large collection of baseball cards?
No, I sold them. So I didn't.
What happened?
Those weren't my cards. They were my uncle's cards, and he gave them to me because he was moving out of his house, and didn't want them anymore. Oh. He was like, first he wanted me to just see if I could get any money out of them because he didn't want to bother with them. And then he just gave them to me, like fucking 50,000 cards.
Holy shit! They just came in like boxes, basically.
Yeah.
Oh god.
$250. Dude, what's crazy is
think about that per card.
I know. Baseball cards, I mean, if you don't take care of them immediately, they're worthless, basically.
Yeah, you can put them in that plastic thing.
Exactly, yeah, immediately. Like, you see the guys on, like, TikTok with Pokemon cards and shit. They get a good one. They put it in the stuff immediately because then it's worth money. But he had just left them in shoe boxes and books for 30 years.
So they're like, probably smelled weird.
Yeah.
Get that
one guy hit me up and he was like, how much do you want for them? And I was like, $300 or something. He was like, I'm gonna be honest, I'll give you $40 for these. They're not worth it. Because he told me he bought 650,000 cards for $70 like a week ago. I was like, first of all, why'd you do that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
You're collecting trash. What the hell is wrong with you?
Just try to go through all of them.
Yeah, dude. But okay, so I sold them to this woman who I'd known for years. Like, I grew up in Weston, Missouri, and so it's a very small, tight knit community. And I'd see her at the bars and shit. But she knows some like 20-something-year-olds who do that like baseball card TikTok shit, and they go through the cards and they grade them and see how much they're worth and whatever.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make a lot of money off of them, probably.
Yeah.
More than I sold them for, but I didn't have the time or desire to go through 50,000.
Yeah, that
fucking baseball
sounds
cards.
fucking exhausting.
Yeah, it's a lot. Maybe very happy to get $250.
Yeah.
Are you really a big fan of the Denver Broncos? Is this true?
Not
really.
Used to be? Yeah, I used to be.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So to remind
I don't like.
You used to be.
Cool.
I bought you a present.
Great.
There you go. I got you a Team Gator scarf.
Wow, thank you. What's a gator scarf?
It's like the
to put it on your head and shit?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, bud.
Of course.
Cool. I'll sell it on
eBay.
You. Thank you. Nice.
Are you actually...
No, I used to like football a lot. I mean, I still like football, like playing it, but the NFL is a terrible corporation.
Oh, I should have shown you. I used to play football. I was a big, little chunky kid.
Yeah.
Played for the...
What was your position?
Tiger. I was lineman.
Offensive or defensive? Both.
Defensive or both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you just kind of play the line both sides.
Yeah, because Connor says I'm a strong guy. I'm big dog.
There's some kind of strength that you have. It's so odd.
Tall guys are strong. Yeah. A lot of them. I mean, if they got meat on their bones, they're usually pretty strong.
Yeah.
You're probably strong.
Kinda.
You're a little more squirrely than him, but you're probably,
For what I look like, I could pick up a decent amount.
Yeah.
Except in the legs. Got just bird legs.
Yeah. Do you mind if I mention what happened to you when you were 21?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. This guy beat a cop up.
Yeah.
Did you? Cool.
Yeah, I got drugged.
It doesn't really matter for what.
Yeah.
As long as you beat him up.
I got drugged.
Cops are fucking lame.
So some dude was basically just trying to fuck my girlfriend at the time and drugged me. So then I spazzed, and then the cops came and then just punched.
Trying to help you. Never mind.
He was like,
okay, I won't take it back. They still deserve it.
But
maybe not that one.
Like in the police report, it was just like the officer asked for me to sit down, and I said, "Do you want to die?" And then just punched him in the face. Punched him in the face. And then
what kind of drugs were you on? This guy drugged you up.
So the next day, we asked the bartender, and she said that the guy that I know who drugged me had told her to cut me off because I was tripping on acid. And I was like, so he dipped, like, I guess there's like, I don't know, liquid acid or something.
Yeah. He put acid in your drink?
Because he did give me a shot.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Well, so cool.
I do remember taking the shot and just blacking out after, and I was like, ooh. But yeah, I mean, the cops, they beat the fuck out of me. They beat me so hard they took me to the hospital. No, that was because
that was a cosmetic decision. Sober decision.
That was after getting off of Adderall, and I was like, I need something that will make me happy.
You have lived a torrid life. I will say, acid's the coolest drug I've ever done.
Yeah, I would love to do it.
The only drug I like to do, honestly.
I love mushrooms the best.
I've only had mushrooms once, and it was in a chocolate bar, and it was pretty cool. It was very like small dosage, but I was in Indianapolis on tour last year, and I just it was Steven Taylor and I, and he didn't do any drugs, so. And I just sat and watched the Son of Sam documentary on Netflix for 8 hours, which is not a good thing to watch. When
That's terrifying.
But I had a good time. It was interesting. I wasn't like ripped,
Yeah.
I was just like feeling good.
Yeah, I didn't know if you like trip. I didn't know if you're a person that trips and then goes and does things.
No, I mean on acid. So like a handful of us went to Oklahoma last year for like a couple days, just specifically to do acid, like in the middle of nowhere. We got a cabin by a pond, and we just got pretty toasted on acid, and I just hit rocks with a wiffle ball bat into the pond for like hours, and then played football, like played some catch, and then like I would sit down on the couch and like look up at the ceiling, and it was one of those weird wooden ceilings with all the eyes in it.
Oh,
like those pieces of wood that have like whatever knots.
Yeah.
So those were cool. And I remember somebody brought a lava lamp, and I was just staring at it forever. And I was like, "This rules." And then I got closer to it, and it wasn't hot enough to be moving at all. I was just like, "This is cool as hell, dude. This shit's dancing." I loved it, and it wasn't moving at all. But my eyes were dancing.
Usually, I feel like in the podcast I talk more, but I'm afraid of you, Aaron.
Why?
Because I don't know, you keep threatening to kill me, and then
when
I don't know, you just do it. Sometimes you just look at me and go. I mean, it's not I don't know.
I do that. For those of you, this isn't a video podcast, but for those of you who were wondering what he did the whole like I'm gonna cut your throat thing, which I do to everybody. It's true.
Connor, would you like to do this?
Why do we do this bit? It's so
what
dumb.
bit are you doing?
He wants to say
you're holding
prayer.
hands.
He wants to say a prayer. We do a circle, and then he says something dumb.
Pray it to be the Lord of Comedy. He makes us funny, and fails our careers.
Did you say pray it to be?
Pray it to be holy things.
Pray it to be. What's that mean?
Yeah, pray it to be.
Just a phrase.
Manifest.
Manifesting. Okay, manifesting. Yeah.
Manifestations.
That whole fucking
and then we,
sham. I love how there's industries built around shit that everybody knows is wrong.
Yeah, and then we're just like
astrology, like secret, Scientology, religion. It rules. Pray.
I went on a date with a girl. She asked me 3 things. She asked me my family history, my political affiliation, and my astrology sign.
The big 3. Why'd she ask that?
Yeah, Bill's like, what do you think she's saying? Like,
what's your political affiliation?
All right, we're done.
Not
praying,
racist.
Right? Not racist.
That's my political affiliation.
Fair enough, yeah.
And you did this in an hour, right? She was just hitting him quick.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, she might listen to this. So.
Where'd you guys go?
I respect women. What? We went to a Vietnamese place.
Vietnamese. Did you have to say it wrong because you're from China? You're
No.
Chinese.
Why do you keep thinking I say things wrong on purpose?
Well, I don't know, because it seems too simple.
Yeah.
It seems too easy. Not because I do that all the time. I say shit wrong because it's funny.
Guys, I'm not doing a bit.
Okay.
Oh, you're just that dumb.
The bit is going on dates with women. That's the real bit.
That's
they think I'm not gay. That's the bit. That's the bit.
Look how straight I am. That's the bit.
Yeah, look how straight I am.
You're peacocking how straight you are.
Dude, I am like.
I'm so straight.
She had a dog that like was like a police dog.
Mm-hmm.
It was like trying to murder me the whole time.
With her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not like at the date. We went back to her place.
What'd you do? Fuck her dog?
I made her believe that I wasn't
freak?
I wasn't gay.
Because you fucked her dog. Who is a girl?
Yeah, I thought it was a girl.
Yeah, if you fuck a male dog, are you gay?
I'm a straight zoophile. Straight up. Straight zoophile. Riffing's fun. You guys will learn that in a couple of years when you get good at it.
I need a yes and people. I need to yes when people make fun of me. I need to yes and them.
I never yes anded anybody. I hate doing that shit. Also, like back in the day when like my group of comedians were younger or whatever, it was always like 2 or 3 dudes who would not shut the fuck up. So you couldn't get like words in at all. And they were just always trying to one up one another. So it makes you bad at like talking to people. So then I would do it on stage. I would just like talk to people on stage. And that's how I got good at fucking around.
Wait, did you point at me?
Oh, if somebody who talks a lot and doesn't let you speak, I
think I let people speak.
Who are you afraid of? Yeah, I talk around you all the time.
I let people speak. I think
I've been at the comedy club in Bill, or actually just anywhere, and Bill will just like talk at me.
Yeah.
Please
talk to talk.
But that's funny. I'm doing a bit on you.
He's doing a bit on you.
I hate that bit.
It's a good way to lose friends.
I went up to comedy night. I was doing yeah, but that's like all I do. I don't know. I don't know. I went up to Connor and I started like physically like grabbing him and shaking him, and then the beer overflowed all over his like pants.
Yeah,
it looked like he pee-peed himself.
That's good.
And that was a good bit.
Yeah, it was super cool. I was very happy. I said, thanks, Bill, for shaking me up.
Did you go up that night?
Yeah.
Okay.
With just
I
beer.
just didn't say anything.
I was like, all right. This is at the Comedy Nut.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So.
How do you like doing Nut?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's hard as shit.
It's tough.
But I do have fun there.
You like it, right?
Yeah. I
wish we had something like that when I was like a year in, like you guys. Like,
yeah, it's
just
so
spoiled.
It's so easy. Yeah,
it's helped build like a lot of stage confidence, because that was like my first big hurdle.
Yeah,
was just like I can't get through my jokes because I'm so nervous.
Yeah,
it's like,
so that's part of it,
man.
Yeah,
why can't these people understand that I'm just trying to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse? What's wrong with that?
Oh, well, I was also doing heavily topicked things, and then I would just freeze up. I'm like, I gotta stop doing these.
Topical jokes. I mean, like, you can get good at writing them and get, like, a real job in comedy, but it's also... the thought of writing, like, late-night jokes makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything
enough.
Like, I care about stuff, but not in, like, a joking way.
Yeah. These weren't, like, late night. It was just, like, I just took Kyle Rittenhouse and then made it be like, if you commit a crime, at least kill a pedophile, and it's cool.
You're so anti-topical that you make like you make a good percentage of your jokes on Jesus. That's so anti-topical.
Yeah, that's something I need to not do too much. Well, like, okay, so the problem with that is that I write jokes, and if they're good, I tell them.
Yeah.
So, like, most of the jokes I've written about Jesus are good, even though I don't like them anymore. Like, the newest one, the Mary joke, I think it's great. When Mary's water broke, was it just a bunch of wine? That joke rules, because it's not specifically about Jesus, even though it is.
You should. I haven't done it yet because I got busy with doing crazy shit. But I was trying to message this satanic like music gathering thing. If I could do like 15.
Oh yeah,
that's something I thought about before because there's like comedians that do churches, right? Like Jaron Myers that does a lot of churches, and he gets a lot of attention. But I've thought about doing like hitting up the Church of Satan and just trying to put a tour together because every city has the Church of Satan.
There's doing this satanic gathering in like Bonner Springs that people were talking about.
At Sandstone.
I don't know what it is.
Hell yeah, dude. Primus is playing.
I don't know.
You guys don't know who Primus is. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a fucking band.
What's your
from the 90s?
What's your
Basewell. What?
What's your favorite Pokemon starter in generation?
Totodile.
Oh wow, that's
I like Totodile. I like that generation with Chikorita and Totodile and whatever that other one was. It's all coming back. I haven't played that game in forever. Johto. Yeah, I had Shield and I hated it.
Yeah,
but I'm excited about the newer ones. I think they'll be good.
I like. Do you play Pokemon at all?
No, I don't hate it. It's just it's just something I never got into.
All the games are different. I heard the new ones are kind of cool because it's all like
open world.
Yeah, and it's like you can actually see all the Pokemon fighting.
Yeah, I just wish I'm a big Nintendo fan, which nobody knows about because I don't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, but I know
on the internet. Did you know?
Yeah,
you knew I was into Pokemon, which is interesting because it's probably not my favorite game. But I love like the Switch and Nintendo games. But what was I gonna say?
Nintendo fan.
I love Nintendo. Just love Nintendo.
What's your favorite Nintendo?
Pokemon Shield really fucking sucked.
What's your favorite Nintendo?
Oh man, I like Metroid. I like, of course, Mario. Pikmin's really great. Fire Emblem rules. Fire Emblem's great.
Nerd.
Man.
Nerd.
Get him in. It's good. Good shit.
I mean, I like
Advance Wars. Fucking. I don't know.
I played Chrono Trigger. I mean, I do like RPGs. I like
Animal
RPGs.
Crossing was alright. I'm not really big into RPGs, but like I like strategy games. So Fire Emblem's like a strategy game, with some RPG elements. But and Advance Wars is more of like a chess board kind of thing, or like strategy game, which I like a lot.
I was always into like just competitive, like online, like CS:GO.
I can't play first person shooters. My hands are too shaky. Really? I get kind of nervous.
I'm too. I'm super competitive.
I'm jumpy. I hate it.
Yeah. That's where I feel like it has something to do with my comedy. Just like always being on voice chat with people like 10, 20 years older than me. And then playing these like hyper competitive games that I was actually pretty good at because I'm Asian. So.
Yeah. Because I'm Asian. You don't tell them that though, because otherwise they quit. They're like, no, I know better than this.
I was like 12 years old, like getting Grandmaster and Overwatch.
I was on BattleNet in Rainbow Six Vegas. Rainbow Six Vegas, whatever. Yeah, not Siege.
Rainbow Six New Vegas.
Yeah, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas, whatever. But I was like 13, just game battles. I rented the game from Blockbuster. Yeah. And I was already on a team.
I didn't know you were that old.
I'm just 20. That was
2009.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, I don't know, it was such a weird thing because it's like I was like in the same rank as like high level players, and it was weird. It was so weird. The whole scene was weird. The whole esports scene is like from what I understand, it's like
everybody's
children, like young children are running the scene. Basically.
Sweaty kids.
Kids are good at games.
I'm not saying just kids, but like people who are like the head of organizations. They're like
8.
I mean, but they act like it. They're not like
the kid emperors.
They're basically just gamers given a bunch of power.
It's crazy how much, because I grew up with the boom of like first person shooters and all this shit. Like Halo came out when I was 10.
Yeah,
and all the other like Call of Duty. I never played them because I hate shooters, but which is ironic because my favorite porn is POV.
And you like, you also like killing people.
I don't. I like to play games and just like chill. Like I play a lot of Binding of Isaac. If you guys remember that game,
yeah.
I play the shit out of Binding of Isaac.
Roguelike.
We were actually talking. Yeah, we were talking about that.
It's different every time you play it.
Yeah,
it's very addictive and easy. It's not easy, but it's like the mechanics of it are really simple. Yeah.
You don't have the same power ups every game.
Yeah, and that's fun. They it switches up a lot.
I didn't like. I think. Binding of Isaac, I just think the gameplay was weird to me. I think it was weird because I didn't understand like the tarot cards. I didn't understand any of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've put probably 500 hours into that game, so and there's still a lot of it I don't really understand because I haven't looked it up. Oh, another game I liked a lot was Breath of the Wild, Zelda. That game rules. The only Zelda game I ever liked.
No.
Yeah, I never got into really Zelda. Anything Nintendo,
Yeah.
I really didn't get into.
I never got into multiplayer online stuff.
Mm.
Don't like it. I always like playing games by myself to isolate. Because
Mm.
I'm a twin.
Yeah.
So, and I hated my twin for most of my life, and I still do. And I didn't really want to be around him or hang out with him, and we played a lot of sports games and shit.
I feel like is that normal for twins?
No.
I feel like
Absolutely not.
I was gonna
No.
say, that
it's
sounds...
like you have an automatic built-in best friend your whole life.
Yeah. It's like,
and
this guy
mine
looks
is
like,
just the worst person.
Really?
He looks more like you than he does me.
Really?
He's like 6'3" and has brown hair, and it's like skinny.
No.
Was that?
And in a halfway house.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
He's a bad person.
Are you a big fan of the Obamas?
I don't know. I didn't vote until 2020, or no, 2018. It's the midterms, which is bad. Oh yeah, I matched with Malia on Tinder like 7-8 years ago.
Really?
On a fake profile, yeah. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's good. Good dig.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You had a miniseries, or I don't know. You had a miniseries called Burst Your Bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that much of a drinking problem? I don't know. You drink a lot?
I don't anymore. I don't as much as I used to, but when I do, I binge pretty bad.
Yeah.
So like I'll drink all night, and like I did the other night. After Strange Days, I got fucked, hammered, which sucks. 'Cause I live so far away, so then I just drove home.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. I'm so irresponsible and shit to myself, like, and by extension to others because I'm driving.
Walking bomb.
Yeah,
I've stopped doing that. I'm too old to be fucking drinking, driving, doing stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got a DUI, but sometimes I'll hit a
I'll
hit a teleport.
Oh my
Sometimes
gosh.
I'll teleport home.
I should have about 100 DUIs if I've driven home blacked out, and it's all muscle memory.
Oh yeah.
You know,
No, when you wake up and you're like, uh oh,
it's crazy. Yeah.
That,
I'm like, oh, all right, it's a piece of back. No, it's really bad, and it's not really bad. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But because I have to drive back to Weston where I live, it's worse. So yeah, I'm hitting the old sober train again.
I've been just, if I can find a couch, then I'm like,
Yeah, I hate staying over at people's houses.
You don't like it?
Well, what was good when I first moved back a couple months ago, I got trashed at Mockingbird, and I used to live there. So my old bed is still in the living room.
Really?
So yeah, and my baseball cards were there too. So I passed out on my old bed in the living room on my old sheet, like bed sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So when I woke up, I was like, cool. And I just took my bed sheet and all my baseball cards. It was like 2 birds, 1 stone. But also I was like still drunk and felt like shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I hope I don't kill somebody. Yeah, it's like it's a level of irresponsibility that I don't think about. Which is terrible. Yeah. It's like the most shameful thing I do. And I hate it.
I can't believe you.
But goddamn, it's so fun.
I hate it.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's
god,
a fucking nightmare.
I'm so anti.
It makes you fat. Makes you fucking lethargic. Makes you hate yourself. It sucks.
I'm so Sunday scaries are.
I'm so anti.
They're gonna hit me later, but you're gonna tell you what.
And it's like I wish back in like we all. I imagine you guys did Dare in your schools. They talk about like drinking and driving's bad and blah blah blah. They don't tell you how bad it is for your health.
Yeah, they don't really care about that.
It doesn't. It's terrible. I mean, the long term isn't as important as hitting somebody in your car the night that you got hammered drunk. But I mean, you get cirrhosis of the liver if you drink too much. It just kills you slowly. It's poisoning. It poisons you. And then I'll talk like this, and a week later I'll get fucking hammered.
Well, I'm like slowly.
Oh yeah, everything's changed. Drinking's not bad anymore.
Yeah, that Sunday, just like, I'm never doing this again. And then, like, Wednesday rolls around. Like,
I'm so scared of. I don't know. I've been to AA.
Don't drink.
You've not
terrible.
been to AA.
I've been to AA.
For what?
My dad.
Oh.
It's terrible, dude. It sucks. I'm glad I don't, the best thing I ever did was not have a family. Because I feel like I wouldn't rise to the occasion and, take care of myself and my family. I'd just be a
Oh, like if
drunk.
if you did have a family, you'd still be a drunk.
Yeah.
So talk
paid
about
for
family.
the abortion.
Yeah.
Get it right.
You said you used to eat your own fingernails when you were 5.
Eat?
Yeah. Or like.
Where'd you find that? Was that in a podcast from 7 years ago that you dug up from the fucking grave?
Yeah.
I would eat them.
Yeah.
I'd chew on them.
Yeah.
Like I would bite them off, and I'd put them through my teeth, like the holes in my teeth, not holes in my teeth, but the gaps between my teeth.
Like flossing.
Yeah, like flossing with my fingernails.
But
now I don't bite my nails anymore. That was a big day for me.
You said
when you stopped doing that.
Yeah, that would do a lot.
You said you never told your family
that I ate from my fingernails. It's none of their fucking business.
Yeah. It was a big news.
My parents I understand that we both have autonomy and anonymity.
Mm-hmm.
And both those words don't mean the same thing, so I'm not sure if
thought you were going to say autism.
Right. But that one too, probably. But there's a lot that they don't know about me, and there's a lot that they don't need to know, and there's a lot that I don't know about them, and I don't need to know that either. We're all adults, doesn't matter.
My dad always called himself autistic.
A lot of people claim it.
It's a funny thing to say now, because you can't say the R word.
Yeah.
I say mentally disabled.
You can't call yourself a rapist.
Yeah, true.
Where? When did I say that?
No, that's the R word.
Oh, really?
Rapist. Feel bad. It's such a weird word to say. Rapist.
Yeah, I was trying to do this.
It's a heavy one. If you get called one, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can call someone retarded, but if you're
See,
like,
you can't
rapist,
though. I don't think you should.
Connor is like calls me that all the time.
Yeah.
And it'll be. I mean, when I was like your guys' age, I'd say that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was a dumb little kid. Then you want to become a better person.
Big dog.
No, it still slips out.
You're a big dog.
I think overusing it is not as funny as when there is a perfect time to just
I think
lay one out. It's fun.
In general, I use too many curse words, and I want to stop doing that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll drop way too many F-bombs.
Mm-hmm. It's easy. It just rolls off the tongue.
I always I mean, saying it when it's impactful, I always think about that. I always rather would say something weird than say something offensive.
Yeah. I try not to curse in my jokes. So that's one of the things that I always tried not to do is unless it added to it. So I have I think 2 jokes where I say shit.
So you can perform for the satanic churches clean.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I mean, my comedy's not exactly divisive.
High school, people call me autistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just want to call me. Tell me. Hayden called me. He asked me if I was autistic.
Yeah. It's a reasonable question.
There's nothing wrong with me. I want this on record.
It really wasn't a thing when I was in high school.
There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing. I was tested. There's nothing wrong with me. I just want that.
Cool.
On the matter of record.
Good
On that matter.
All right. Jeez. All right.
I want that on record.
I'm straight.
Happy for you, bud.
I'm not autistic.
That's that rule.
Guys, I'm straight and not autistic.
My parents never got me tested. My mom says I probably have it. Some form. Way, shape, or form.
Well, all my kids.
I can say words backwards. That's a weird thing that apparently.
You can speak pig Latin?
No, that's not backwards. Give me a word and I'll say it backwards.
Hockensmith.
What?
Hockensmith. That's his last name.
Hockensmith. Oh, Tim's Nickaw.
Oh.
I don't know how you spell Hocken. Hock.
Yeah, Hock.
Yeah, Tim's Nickaw.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
They call him the cock hawk. You know what I'm saying?
So, whenever you do get pulled over by an officer, drunk driving,
I can't say the alphabet backwards.
Oh, you can't?
It's not a word. I mean, I could if I thought about it, but
yeah,
nobody's.
I didn't know if it worked both ways. Of just
no.
I didn't know how you see them.
No.
Yeah, I've done the dance.
I've got some weird brain shit going on.
Yeah.
Aaron, why did you say? He's like, I talked to you about the first time I got paid for comedy.
Yeah.
And then you just stare at me. You go, "Oh, Ty was running that. I wouldn't have paid you."
I wouldn't have. You're doing a guest spot. Guest spots don't get paid.
I don't know.
There's a lot of shackles of old school comedy shit that probably are bad for comedy, but also you're a new comedian and you were just lucky enough to be on a show. Let alone get paid. You got $10, right?
Yeah, I mean it's because a lot. I think the main acts had left, so I got the remainder of the donations.
That's good. Never mind.
No, but you just
Who headlined?
It was like Mike Lucas, I think.
Fuck, I don't know.
It was I think it's like he said that they were just coming in town just before like Halloween. And it was
so
like
I had moved away by then.
Mike Lucas, I think was
yeah,
the
I don't know.
And then Dane didn't show up.
Yeah, Dayton's a pretty bad co-host. That's why I'm not bringing him back on my shows. Every time, we would do patio goofs, and he was supposed to co-host, but every time he had other shows that he was doing, which obviously takes precedent because patio goofs isn't his show.
Yeah, and
he's making money on other shows.
So
like anytime that pops up, take the show where you make more money and get more time.
Love you,
but
Dane.
I think he co-hosted one of the 7 or 8 shows that we did together.
That's cute.
And the rest of them we wasn't there for him, which is easy for me because you don't need a co-host. It's just fun to hang out with your friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you think of that?
What?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, so you got $10, which is great. I'm really happy for you, but I wouldn't have paid you.
It was just so weird. It was just like these ladies were talking, like they said they liked Sarah and they liked you, and they like, oh, we like your skin though. They're like, we have the skin, and then Aaron just looks at me. I wouldn't have paid you. I don't know. It was just a weird night.
I wouldn't have. No.
But now
but that makes me feel like the grumpy old man comic.
You're the old guard of comedy.
Like you,
sucks.
None of you deserve this.
Everybody should get paid, but yeah, guest spots just never got anything. It was just like basically them asking for stage time, and then
I feel like $10 isn't. I feel like that's
$10 is good for a guest spot for sure.
Yeah,
especially when most guest spots don't get paid at all.
Yeah,
I got
it's
paid.
1,000% return.
I got paid for doing the show at the Bird. It was more like a concept type thing. I thought was really neat. I was doing the
future show.
I was doing the predicting the future set, and then I just sent it to him, and then I did well then. And
how much did you get paid for that one?
$10.
That's it.
What? You're lying.
How much time did you have to do?
You showed me the envelope?
Yeah, this is a great bit. What I did is I took all the money out of my wallet, put it in the letter you used to pay me. Hey guys, I got paid.
Yeah, it was like 40.
That is a good bit. It's like $20. 21.
Yeah, you put.
You saw my wallet though.
What?
No. I had a lot of money in it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was like $45. I'm like, what? I was like, I wanted to get on this show.
That's great. What a sad thing to do. That's really funny, though. I think it's hilarious.
I mean, it's funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's really funny. You should have gotten paid more than $10. That sucks. You did like 10 minutes though, right? Or is it longer?
I did like 6.
What's the longest you've ever done?
Oh wow, 10, like 10 to 13.
Sounds about right. That's the longest you've done, like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
10 to 13 actually, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Now I have like a confident
good.
10.
Yeah.
Confident. I do comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, do people when you tell like at what point does like doing comedy? It's like you tell people you do comedy because it's lame. Like I tell people I do comedy.
It's lame that you do comedy. Is that what you?
I tell people I do comedy. They don't think it's lame.
People think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think the mindset of most comedians is to downplay things that they do that most people would consider cool.
I don't.
Good, don't do it.
Yeah, I just tell people I do stand up. I tell people I do a podcast.
Yeah.
I told a girl I was doing a podcast. She's like, "What's the name?" It's like, "Oh, Small Boys," and she's like, "It's not like one of those like alpha male podcasts.
Like a penis podcast."
She's like, "It's not like a small boy
wieners, huh?
It's not small penis boy podcast."
That's too long.
And then she was like, I hate pre-written material.
What?
That's what she said?
Yeah, she's like,
I think that's what you said.
She's like, I hate pre-written material.
Scripts.
I like Kevin Hart.
She didn't like the questions.
Kevin Hart has 7 writers. He doesn't. All of his shit's pre-written. Good Lord, people are pretty dumb about the comedy. They think it's all like off.
You don't know how much work. I was talking to my friend. He was like, we all have a little bit of comedian within ourselves. I'm like, shut the fuck up! Stop!
No, you don't. I'm a comedian.
It's like saying
I'm a real comedian.
It's like saying
I got $10 once.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's literally me. I was like, man, you cook a Chinese dish doesn't mean you're a chef, man. Gotta respect put some respect on my name.
Dude, I've been drunk and hit someone with a like. Do you know what I do?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
What am I
Yeah.
talking about?
No, like, no, that's what I'm seriously. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people say they're drunk because they drink too much one night.
Yeah.
You beat a cop up.
You're an alcoholic.
You're a drunk.
Yeah. I'm a real drunk. Put respect on my name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's levels to this shit. You can't just equate it.
Yeah, I mean, I call myself a comedian, but it's still it feels weird. Like your mom asked me what I do for money. I'm like, I'm a comedian.
My mom said,
no, you don't make any fucking money doing this.
It
no
does sound like not a real job at all.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it that I always was afraid of, was that at a certain point it's gonna feel like your job.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like having jobs.
Yeah.
So I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's a great bit. For those at home, he's showing us the money envelope that he lied to everybody.
Yeah, that was just.
Now he's playing a Nickelback song.
So I post.
Where's that at?
Me screaming.
Arts
at the bird.
KC. What's that?
That's the bird isn't on the Snapchat filters yet.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't made it.
Yeah.
So
I do like what they're doing. I think what the bird does is great. Back to the improv thing. Now that I just started that conversation up again. The improv people were not very welcoming, because we weren't very welcoming, like back in the day. And now it seems like they're nicer.
In my opinion, improv people are always seem nice there.
They're nice people. Yeah, but I mean, I get it. Like, it's the same. Like, comedians are standoffish and terrible people most of the time.
I think they were nice. I think after the show, when they actually had to work with me, I think they were like let the guard down a bit, because I wasn't like terrible, I guess. No, I mean, in my opinion, it would make sense because they have to actually like work together. So,
yeah, they have to be civil.
But comedians have to like. Comedians always make jokes about stand up. I mean about improv, like making fun of improv. Yeah, I don't know why.
If you guys ever do San Francisco Sketch Fest as a stand up, you get one show to do stand up, and then you have to host an improv show, which is a fucking nightmare.
Oh my god!
So I had to host one, and there was like this troupe from LA, and they had like 8 people. I think they were called Brown Knife or some shit, like something stupid that made no fucking sense.
Brown Knife.
Like fucking verb noun, whatever the fuck, running cat, or fucking stupid garbage. And they like got the whole fucking stage wet somehow.
What?
And they were just like pretentious pricks from LA who were like in San Francisco, like, we're better at it.
Yeah.
We had to leave 5 people in LA because they couldn't afford to come. And you have a fucking 12 men improv troupe.
Yeah, that's
and I can never be like, in my sense, it's like it makes it harder to make money. It makes it harder to like.
You got to divide.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are getting $20.
I've run a couple shows when I was in Knoxville with the University of Tennessee's improv troupe, and they're great. They're really nice people, but there's like 8 of them. And we would just give them like $50. They're like, all right, split it. I guess, you know, like whatever.
I guess they make money doing classes.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
It's like an MLM. It's like an MLM.
Yeah, it's a cult. The fact that is like such a prevalent thing, and if like stand up, if you teach stand up, 9 times out of 10, it's because you've seen, you know that you can make money off of it, like improv teachers do. Improv, I guess is a teachable thing, but stand up really isn't as teachable as improv.
It's like
it's not acting.
I feel like there is. I feel like there is like
but like there's a lot of stand up where you need to forge your own path.
Yeah. And
not get deterred by other people's opinions of what stand up is.
Yeah, I feel like the only way you can teach it is just like
give them a mold and let them fill it.
See, like
maybe.
I completely I agree. But like I was thinking about this because my friend, I don't know, guy I know. He's in a band. He's in a band, right? And he does this like Kansas City like thing. It's called like art as mentorship, where they basically like bring it's like kids from 13 to 18. They do like classes and like teach them how to learn music. But it's like with music. Like you can teach somebody to like play guitar. You can't really teach someone to be funny.
No. Well, and that's why I think like I said, like improv is more teachable than stand up, because improv is performance and stand up it's really like more writing.
What
to me.
I really like improv type stuff, but I also like I still like stand up, but like I'm just saying, like part of me that I feel really weird about improv is I see like stand up is like it's like a build up of like tension and then release, and then I feel like improv doesn't have that same amount because it's like people are always interrupting each other.
Stand up's more emotional.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean you're focusing on one person and they have the mic, so
because like improv is all like you're in this world. You know, like you do the improv games, like give me a word, and you have to like do all that shit. Like stand up is most of the time written about people's lives, and it's kind of a one-man show with jokes in it.
That's really interesting. I don't know.
I don't write about my life at all. I like writing stupid little jokes because it's fun and it's a challenge.
I like.
If I had told anybody about my real life, it would be more of a one-man show than a comedy.
I don't remember you talking about your brother on stand-up.
But I never wrote that. That's just like off-the-cuff shit that I would say.
Yeah,
because it was brought up once and then it worked, and I was like, well, that's a part of the act now. You write on writing on stage is great. You get good at kind of doing. You don't have to be good at it.
No, I feel like what you can teach people is like try to get them at least like comedically thinking.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's the most important thing. Like just to like start and
to
be
frame
like
stuff like a joke instead of like a anecdote.
I think it's like mental illness though, because it's like it's like when I used to play Overwatch all the goddamn time, and I would just eat cereal and I just couldn't stop thinking about playing Overwatch.
Yeah,
it's the same thing
Pavlov's
with
dog. Well, I was thinking about it because like it's a coping mechanism before you do stand up to make everything serious into funny.
Yeah,
like your whole life, like my whole life I was just like cracking jokes about shit that was like, you know, people making fun of me for being fat or something, and I would just like make a joke about them and then they'd love me. But now it's like I got good at that. And what are you pointing at me for?
Got a real Chris Farley guy over here.
Yeah.
That funny guy.
But like now it's hard to be taken seriously when you're a stand-up comedian.
That's the ultimate issue. I as a comedian just want to be taken seriously.
Sometimes I do, man. Like, you know, it's and I want to be able to take myself seriously.
I'm
hard
scared
too.
of you, so you've good job.
I don't want people to. I get that a lot from new people because I'm so like kind of stone-faced and you know, like,
well, not everyone's around
sure.
the walls.
A lot of people tell me like, I didn't like you the first couple months I knew you. I'm like, yeah, fine.
No,
I liked you.
Like, yeah, we're talking now. You like me now. Like, there's nothing I can do about that, and I don't really care because like at that point they're not really my friend.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's an acquaintance.
I don't lose anything by not knowing more people.
Yeah.
You know,
I need to know less.
It's nice to know people who are cool, but like I'm not like missing sleep because I'm not familiar with other comedians.
Yeah.
I think it's important that like comedy as a whole is taken seriously, but I'm still like anti being taken serious.
See, and I understand that, and I am too, but like, because I think, you know, stuff should be fun, and comedy should be fun, but also,
I think it's very important to be professional when you're being paid for something. I think.
Oh, fuck that.
That's just,
you're a comedian.
Yeah.
You're a fucking comedian. Who cares?
I mean, I care.
I've done like, well, I understand. Yeah, fine, but I've done like clean shows, right? Where you're not supposed to curse or anything. And then in the middle of them, I was like, hey, you guys don't care, right? And they're like, no. And then you just like do whatever the fuck you want because they don't give a shit. It's like it's billed as this thing, but it's comedy.
No, I know.
You know,
I'm not saying there's like hard and fast.
I thought you were talking about like on the actual business part of it, but not being serious. I was like, well, that's not good. It's bad business.
I mean, like, I want to be taken seriously as a person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was like,
that's what I've been chasing my whole life. Because I'll say stuff and people will just laugh. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to be a person.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking, you know, like a meme or anything.
No, but like I enjoy, I don't know. I just think it's
like it's cool to be the funny person. Like, that's a superpower almost, but I don't know. I want people to fucking talk to me.
No, I get
Yeah.
it. No, I get it. I get it. Like, I'm just like, but that's like the type of person I am. I'm always trying to like have fun, like chase the next thing type of person.
Yeah.
But like, no, I get it. Like, yeah, I mean, I just think it's so funny that the whole point of like being a comedian is like being naturally funny, and then like you have to be taken seriously.
Well, but then like I'll get in a conversation with somebody who's not a comedian, and I'll just try to be funny automatically. So it's like this constant circle. I'm like stuck in a cul-de-sac. I can't with no exit.
It's weird for me to like put it. It's like the work I put into it is serious, but the comedy isn't. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then like, but the only time I get slightly irritated when people just make like the wrong comment. Like people make like a comment about comedy, like they are in any way invested in it, or someone being like, "Oh my god, this is so annoying to me." When I tell people to do stand up, they go, "You know, I'm not funny like a stand up comedian. I'm just like situationally funny. You know, like in the situation like with me, I'm funny."
In the office.
Yeah.
I'm really funny at work.
Do you know what that means?
They always
guys?
tell me I should be doing stand up. I'm like, all right, fucking do it then.
Do you know what that
cares.
means? If you're only situationally funny, that means you're not funny.
Yeah. I mean, that's a sitcom, and that's why most sitcoms suck. Situational comedy's terrible.
Yeah.
I was,
but it's also a different muscle to be able to be funny to people who don't know you.
Yeah.
And be up on stage, like
completely different.
Yeah.
I had a story about a comedian. He didn't like his job apparently, and so what he did is he invited all of his coworkers like come to the comedy show, brought his name badge, and then like did a whole set complaining about his job and quit.
That's cool. That's
He
good.
quit on the stage.
Yeah.
It's tight.
I hope he has another job.
Yeah.
He's probably not a very good comedian. He did invite a bunch of people. That's cool. It's a crowd.
Oh my god.
I was always pretty open about being a comedian. A lot of people don't want to tell anybody they work with that they do comedy, which is like that's my personality.
I think it's important.
Yeah, I
like,
tell people.
It's basically saying like I have a second job or that I care about.
Yeah, like I'm an artist.
There's this girl. There's people. Okay, it's kind of getting annoying. It's not like I don't mind people telling me, but some people are annoying about it. Like some girls like, oh, I would love to learn stand-up comedy. I'm like, okay, come to a mic, and then they never talk to me again.
Yeah, it's weird to talk about open mics.
Yeah,
because like they don't know what that is.
Yeah,
and I was
a lot
like,
of times.
I said, how would you like to start?
Yeah.
And then they never responded. I mean, then this girl says like, oh my god, you do stand-up comedy? That's so cool. And then
you're like, actually, it's not.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm dumb and stupid.
And then I brought her. And then she like
and you
she
showed her
introduced
the chair bit. And she threw up. She threw up and jumped out the window in the tallest building she could find.
She
broke her ankles in North Kansas City.
Shut up. People like the chair bit, okay? I will defend that with my life.
Oh my god, the chair bit. Jesus.
What did she say?
She went up. She goes to me. She's like, "Oh my god, you do stand up? That's so cool." Mm-hmm. She introduces me to friends. Like she goes, "This guy does stand up." Like what the fuck?
Embarrassing.
why do you turn on me when it matters?
They're like, "Oh yeah, you're funny, huh?" Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess. Tell me a joke.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
I do that. I unironically tell people jokes.
I know, that's how you talk. You talk in bits.
Yeah,
I'm a real person.
You'll just start.
Take me seriously. I'm a real person. If I talked in one-liners, people would fucking hate me.
I don't talk in one-liners, do I?
No, that's what I do is one-liners. So like that, I wouldn't.
Oh.
I don't do bits. I would just talk.
I do that though. Like I force jokes.
Yeah, you'll just start. You'll roll right into a bit that you've clearly written, and you just. I'm like, what are you doing?
Nothing I say is really conversational.
Big talk. I'm talking with somebody that doesn't do small talk. They're like a robot. They have functions, and I don't provide them.
They don't have ADHD.
I don't have ADHD.
No, they don't have ADHD.
I don't know. I think there's something wrong with people that like choose to be around me. I think that's the issue.
You invited me over.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm sorry. Nothing with you. Yeah. There's a gun there. Would you like to hold it?
No, I'm terrified of guns. I don't know what
it's
I'm
not
capable of.
It's not a real gun.
I have a penis-shaped wood over there. Was you interested in that?
That's cool. Is that what fucking what's his face did on stage?
Yeah.
What's his
that
face?
Was great.
Gabe Perry.
Gabe, yeah. I always get him and Mincy mixed up.
Yeah,
which
never
is
thought
a shame because they're both funny.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd watch a dude just saw wood.
Gabe's great. That shit's funny as hell.
I've seen a guy make his own dildo before.
Is on what?
Dildo before.
Out of like his penis?
Yeah.
Like a mold?
Yeah.
On stage?
No, I'm saying.
Oh,
where?
Cool. I just.
I
know people.
What? You were just saying this.
I know people. I know people make
Didn't you
it
start the podcast with that? I saw a guy make a copy of his cock.
What if I put? I can put that on the cover. That'd be pretty cool. On the cover of this podcast.
You're a dildo made out of your penis?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what the people are interested in.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Oh my god.
Anybody want to peg me? I don't know.
What?
What was it like?
Broaden your horizons, bud.
What was it like using Tig Notaro's Twitter? Tig Notaro's Twitter.
It was great.
I don't know. I've never
Tig
heard of
Notaro?
that. Yeah.
You never heard of Tig?
I've heard of Tig. I
Yeah,
think I've seen
great.
a few. I don't know.
It's cool. It's like a privilege or whatever. And,
Wait, what was it?
Tig Notaro's Twitter, she doesn't do it, basically. So she'll just give her Twitter to comedians or whoever for a day.
Oh.
And my friend down in Oklahoma City, Josh, he had it. And then he gave it to me on a Friday. And so I just tweeted pictures of me as a baby with jokes. And they didn't do very well. But then they take the weekend off for some reason. And I still had the account on Saturday. And I went to Waldo with a couple of friends and got pretty drunk. And I was like, I still got this, huh? And I just retweeted myself like 100 times. And it ruled, dude. Yeah, that's me.
I have a picture of me. Looks basically like this.
Yeah,
but
I look like the fat kid from Bad Santa.
I forgot to take it.
That was my nickname until it still is my nickname. Thurman Merman. Kid from Bad Santa. I played baseball. I lost my senior year. I lost 60 pounds or something. And I was just jacked, fucking, monster behemoth kid that was cranking hogs on baseball. And I looked great, and I was hot as hell, and everybody still called me fucking Thurman. I was
Dude.
all right, cool.
This was all
I'm better than you.
Peak performance.
Fuck you. I also couldn't hit home runs that year because I put all my weight behind it the year before when I was doing really well, and then I was small.
Yeah.
Didn't have it anymore. Didn't know how to use my hips. Gotta use your hips, guys. Swinging baseball bats, gotta use your hips.
Can you hear some
Bill
jokes that will never see the light of day?
Are they your jokes?
No, can we? Yeah, I don't know.
Are they my jokes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you want? Yeah, do we?
Tell me my jokes. Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you some jokes that don't work.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to hear them.
Cue up your YouTube channel.
Really? What do you mean?
It's gonna be your jokes.
Oh, my jokes.
No. Yeah.
Is this set to destroy? What is
this?
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny because I'm so specific on how I phrase things most of the time, and you just have words, and then that's the joke. You write words in the notebook.
Yeah.
All right.
What jokes did you find that? Did you find my jokes? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was just asking if you had any. I have a few jokes.
I got confused.
Fuck.
I got jokes.
I did the research last week, so
Yeah.
I have the specific.
Away from you. I'll tell some jokes that never worked that I like.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to hear.
This is the one, one of my favorite jokes. It's literally never gotten a laugh. Maybe 2 laughs in 7 years, I think. It's I plan on spontaneously combusting just so they have to call it something else.
Oh yeah, that's
why nobody gets.
I also heard another one about I think it was something about I want to find the solution to the train volley. Was it the train volley questions? The train volley?
Train trolley?
Train trolley.
What about, I never wrote a train trolley joke.
Train trolley roller coaster joke?
Oh, the roller coaster joke. It's I think we could solve the public transportation problem in America simply by straightening out all the roller coasters.
I like that.
I think that's a really funny idea.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of roller coasters across America where the train should be. That joke's been doing pretty well. I brought it back. It's one of those jokes that does well on Twitter, and then I try it on in real life, and it just does nothing.
You said the same thing about the G on my butt one that you do.
I don't like that joke.
Oh,
I don't like jokes about stuff like that. I like writing jokes about stupid shit like roller coasters, not G spots.
Yeah.
I want to partly one of the rules I had when I started doing comedy was to write good jokes about stuff that people don't think about, and to write clean comedy.
Well, that's interesting.
People don't think about the male G spot. That is something.
I think about it all the time, actually.
I don't think about it either.
I think about it all the time.
Dude, I'm too straight for that, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Connor's so straight. Connor has gold teeth and is drunk.
Yeah.
And his
I'm
friends
not drunk.
He says he eats women out with their period.
That's cool.
Okay, well, yeah,
That's good. Nothing wrong with that.
Had a bad thing happened 2 weeks ago, but we already talked about
What's
it.
like pussy?
I can
like,
put together
this
the
girl
end of
had
that word that you just said.
I don't know. Like, this girl had a dog and a cat, and I couldn't stop thinking about the words like pussy and bitch. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with
doing
it.
bits?
No, I'm not doing the bits, but I just.
Here's another joke that never did well, but crushed on Facebook. It was it's been doing well lately, which is interesting. I saw a shooting star last night. I saw a shooting star, and my wish was to end all of violence between stars.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. Fuck, I did listen to all these jokes.
Crushing joke. Oh, this is another one I just brought back. I think if they put the drums closer to their hands, drummers wouldn't need the sticks to reach.
I've heard very good things about that joke.
Great joke. I just rewrote it. That's the thing too. Is like I like to go back to a bunch of like old jokes and then just try to reword them a little bit, and now they're new jokes. No. So what happens when you write evergreen jokes is that you can just keep pulling them back in.
I think
so. Quit writing topical jokes.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna give a fuck about Kyle Rittenhouse in a year.
Oh, I'm not doing it anymore. I stopped doing topical like that.
Good.
I guess I
write jokes about shit that won't ever go away.
Yeah.
Stars are never gonna leave.
Yeah, they'll be here a while.
I guess I sprinkle a little bit of the topical stuff every once.
It's okay, like here and there.
I think I mentioned.
But it's just like it's self-defeating because eventually nobody's going to care about that.
Yeah, you can't.
Nobody's really even going to remember what it was because everybody nowadays, like the news cycle is so cyclical.
Well,
it's a week later, nobody cares.
Yeah, it goes fast.
I think it's like in the futures that I just did, I mentioned like don't ask, don't tell, and then I mentioned like Jeffrey Epstein and all that.
There's stuff like that that's evergreen topical stuff like 9/11.
Yeah,
or COVID. You know. Or like presidents getting shot.
Or
like Abe Lincoln and JFK. Nobody's gonna forget that.
And then I mentioned like I mentioned like white girls. The whole.
I wish they would go away.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Damn.
I need to like
talk about it.
Get on the like
nightmare.
The fuck white women train. That's why. I don't know. I'm kind of happy that I'm not talking to any white girls. I'm kind of satisfied with that. But you're
just gonna go up and be racist?
Nothing wrong with white girls. I mean, there is. I'm not gonna make a broad generalization, but most women are great.
Yeah, most women are great. Especially my mom. Love my mom.
Yeah. My mom's pretty cool too.
Thanks. Connor really thinks
my mom is pretty cool.
Oh.
Thanks. Your mom's great. She made me food. That's good.
So you gave this advice to comics. So it's really. So you said you should like eat shit doing comedy like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you should. Okay. I mean, I thought that too, but then I was told by like other comedians, the opposite, where it's like you need to stay where you are. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I know who told you this because they're all the people who never leave Kansas City.
No, it's not.
Who is it?
It's that one of the NACA guys.
Oh, sure. Well, they live in LA. They can afford to not go anywhere.
I mean, that's right. No, what they said is like stay until like you're 21 and then move out to a big city.
I think they were talking about moving and not touring.
Okay.
Because a lot of people in comedy don't tour.
Okay.
They just
I really like traveling and I really wanted
to. I am technically a road comic because I live in the Midwest and do comedy all over it, in the South and the whatever. Cool. And people who live in places like New York and LA and Chicago, there's such a comedy ecosystem already that they don't really need to go that far out. You know, like go up to San Francisco or something, or like Phoenix or Vegas or something.
I just didn't know. I don't know. With that type of stuff where it's like I just try to take advice.
Yeah, those are like comedy hotspots.
I feel like what we're both saying, even though they're the opposite things, is that do as much as you can, no matter what.
Okay.
Get as much stage time as you can, so you get more comfortable at being bad or being good, whatever. Because not everything's going to go well, even if it's good stuff.
I just wanted to travel just to like start maybe like Denver, St. Louis.
Yeah, sure.
Texas.
Go to Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha.
Northwest Arkansas. Fucking Columbia's got a good Sunday show. Go to Columbia on Sunday. Hit up Lisa. She runs a good show.
I don't know Lisa.
Lisa bought Pockets.
That's a cool name.
Her real name's Lisa. Her real name's Lisa Sims.
You know, sometimes I was thinking about like you want to hear jokes that didn't work for me that I liked.
Yeah, are they long?
No, it was like I don't know. I just have like I think I have a lot of like failure to process
Connor
reality.
doesn't have any jokes at all, so we can't do this segment.
Yeah,
I did like I have like I kept telling people to like whenever they hit vapes, I'd say rape that vape. I think I'm fucked in the head. I don't know. I just do obnoxious shit. But I was talking about how
rhyming is fun. I'll give you that. Rhyming's cool.
My friend, I was like, I don't know. I was like talking about like women should be like hot pockets. I don't know.
I had a joke that I never did. I don't know why it popped in my head all of a sudden, but it's I used to work at the place that would unfold origami. It was called No Origami. Like no origami.
Oh. I thought you were talking about real life. I thought you were like
no. It's fun to make up those jokes
like,
about like shit that's not real.
My friend, I kept talking about polygamy or something like that.
Yeah.
And then my friend wouldn't fucking shut up about like origami.
Yeah. They are similar.
There's a joke there.
They're very close to Japanese culture.
I have one that's about just like disc golf is an excuse for white people to go into the woods.
Oh.
Another excuse.
That's all right.
You made that?
I think you could come up with more to put around.
Yeah, you could be funnier, Connor. You know, if
you could say something about like Bigfoot hunters too. Yeah, like that's clearly not real, but they're like still doing it no matter what. Yeah, hunting.
True.
White people just love.
I mean, you could say it's like instead of hunting black people, they're hunting Bigfoot. Maybe I'm just racist. Just being racist.
Yeah, I do have it as one of the endings to it is that black people do love a different kind of woods.
Okay, relax. I'm sorry.
What?
I did this. White people are racist or something.
You get canceled for not even saying anything. Just by association.
Taifu thought it was funny.
What? I mean,
whenever I told Taifu, or I said it on stage, and I heard him laugh at it, I was like, let's go.
Connor seeks validation. I can cut this out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like the just golf
bleep.
Thing. Yeah, I think like what we were talking about upstairs when we were eating about how new comics who are bad at writing jokes and don't understand joke structure go for like racist stuff like that. And I think eventually it'll once you shake the cobwebs out of your brain, you'll not write.
I thought it was
like
just
that.
a funny, it's just a funny little thing at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I think alluding to lynchings is hilarious. Yeah, I think that works every time.
Oh, is that just tarot? Was that just?
What's that?
I should remove that from
tarot.
the podcast.
No, I think I redeemed it. I think I saved this segment.
Okay.
But they're only going to dislike Connor, which is important. Builds character.
Connor's like, he's like, I don't think I could live in LA. And then he's like,
me?
Yeah. And then
when did I say
like
this?
you talked about it to Jay Light, and then you're like, I think you said something like insecure about like being gay or something, or I don't know.
What?
It's okay. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
maybe I like understood the conversationally different. Like, you did.
Oh, I know you're. No, when we had Jay on, he was saying like I said something, and he's like, "You'd be great in LA," and I was like, "I don't even know what that means."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I forgot what.
I think it's unfair to tell comics that they would do well in bigger scenes, but I also don't think.
The city.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's a bad move for newer comics to go, like you were talking about, like going on the road and stuff like that, or just to like move to somewhere like Chicago or Austin or something. I think at any point that you can get more stage time, the better.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that
Kansas City's good for that though. Like we have plenty of shit, which is good. compared to where we were
you get
years
time.
ago.
I mean, I went to. I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's a little spread out, but
I mean, from what I like understand, there's a lot more mics in bigger cities, but some of the mics are a lot more competitive. So,
yeah. Well, there should be more mics here, but I think there's a good balance of like showcases and shows. You know, like there's more showcases and shows than there are mics, which I think is kind of putting the cart before the horse. But I also think there's more comics here that are good enough that they don't need to go to mics every night.
Yeah.
To get good, like I go to mics mostly to hang out, you know, and see my friends, not to get.
That's crazy.
Usually, if a joke works as soon as I write it.
Really? Yeah, I guess you can. You have that.
But I've been wrong. Like those jokes I wrote or I told earlier are jokes I really like, and they've rarely done well.
Sometimes, like if like in like a 5-minute set, I have like 1 or 2 jokes I push through just because I want it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Well, that's the point. Because like at open mics, I'll do shit that's like 6 or 7 years old. I'm like, does it work yet?
You should
and
do.
Sometimes it does.
It
just depends on if I change the words or something.
Funny bit. You should have Dayton tell. You should have Dayton say like, it's your first time, and then just do your like.
Oh, that crushed every time. I've done that before.
Tell your Tucson bits.
Yeah.
Tell your Tucson
Oh
bits.
man, you want to hear the first joke I ever told on stage?
Yeah.
My sister named my nephew Dumbo because he's got big ears and he's never gonna know who his father is.
Oh yeah, I think I
joke crushed.
Fuck.
I did that. I did like 2 other jokes after that, and then I forgot my set and had to take my set list out of my pocket on stage. I did. This sucks.
I
I'm so
memorized.
professional.
I like memorized it.
Dude, I did too, and then I completely blanked.
Oh yeah.
And then nervous. Like I think the first one I ever did was like something me being like racially ambiguous. So everything's hacked.
I didn't know you were Chinese.
Yeah, I think
I still don't. God, I'm the best at this. I rule. You guys are fucking lucky. You get to hang out with Aaron Naylor.
Yeah,
What a guy.
Connor makes me racist and ableist. Yeah. I feel bad.
No, I make you racist?
Yeah, you make me racist. No, I'm I guess it's been like an hour and 2 minutes. I can hold hands.
What?
Are you singing a song?
Yeah, we can sing the song together. You guys follow along. Have a good time with small boys.
Oh, I'm singing that song.
If you've got nothing left to do. This was it. If you've got nothing left to do, listen to them. Talk for a few. Small boys. I'm so glad we had this experience together.
This is great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, you guys got any
Chinese
shows coming up?
I think April 13th. I'm at Harley's Hideaway.
Oh, cool. Harley's. Hey, nothing wrong with Harley's.
Let me check.
Anywhere that's willing to put comics up is probably okay.
It's actually a pretty nice mic.
Yeah, April 13th they'll be doing a 10-minute spot.
It's a showcase?
I assume so.
Yeah. Who else is on it, you know?
I haven't said.
No.
But they went to me first because I'm kind of like a hot commodity.
Yeah.
In the
like,
seat,
you gotta bring your own chairs.
Yeah.
BYOC.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I think it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like comedic thinking really is a mental illness because like I can't stop making jokes. I can't stop like even if I'm talking to somebody like I'm thinking in jokes.
I noticed when I was like in your position, like you're like a year in, right? Give or take.
Like 8 months.
Okay.
Or more.
Yeah. So you get that like outlet to where it's like acceptable to be thinking like that, you know, because it's like your hobby now. So, and it's beneficial to be thinking about jokes all the time because you want new stuff to say on stage.
Yeah.
Use it while you got it because that well's gonna run dry. Then you're gonna have to fucking write.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Oh.
You're gonna have to like learn to sit down, and I never did that shit. I hate sitting down and writing jokes. It's like forcing yourself to do stuff. Sucks.
What I do is like
but now like there's no other way I'm coming up with jokes.
I write prompts. I write like prompts in my notes.
Good.
And then like I sit down and expand on them.
That's good.
But I have like the prompts come to me just like
Randomly.
thinking.
You're not like getting a prompt book.
I mean, I would sit.
Or whatever.
Jeffrey Krakenberg does like.
Jeffrey Krakenberg, yeah. Jeffrey. Jeff.
Is that his name?
Jeff. I like when people use full proper names. Jeffrey Krakenberg. Yeah, what about him? Oh, the fuck show.
He does like this writing session.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried that. That was interesting.
Yeah, Jeff's got a lot of good resources.
I mean, I would like already like I would insert like corny jokes into people. I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, I'm easy to make fun of or something.
Cool.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Connor, you got anything coming up?
No, just catch
I'm
me
the
at the open
maestro
mics.
now.
Hey, catch you at the next open mic.
Just catch me at the open
All
mics.
right, I'll talk. If you want the Kansas City Comedy newsletter, let me know on Facebook or Instagram, whatever.
So you post on the Kansas City Reddit.
Yeah.
You set up like a MailChimp or what is it called?
I'm going to, or I'm just going to put them all in one big, long email thing. I tried setting up a MailChimp, and I just don't understand what the fuck is going on, so I haven't looked at it in a while.
I can try to maybe help you. I don't know.
All right, help me out. I just didn't want to pay for it. I think some of them you have to pay for them, and I don't really want to do that.
Oh, that's really interesting.
I
don't know.
Stupid.
I'm good with.
I don't want to pay anything for something I don't get money for.
I'm good at like mentally just like sitting down and being like, how do you figure this out? How do you figure this out? Like GarageBand stopped working yesterday, and I sit down in the basement for like 6 hours trying to troubleshoot it until I just gave up and bought new software.
Okay, cool.
I called like Apple support, and they're like, "Can we call the senior
Fuck
advisor?"
you, stupid.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who's stupid? Who's stupid?
That's what the genius said to you.
I'm not stupid.
Fuck
Wait,
off,
can you
you dumb
guess
old
my
bitch.
IQ?
I don't fucking care. That doesn't mean shit.
I have a high IQ.
So check out Cool Baby Comedy. There's shows on that. Hot Waffle is next Saturday. Is coming Saturday.
Show I've been on.
Yeah, the first time you got paid.
So you know it's good.
How long? You were like, what, 4 months in before you got paid for a show? Something like that?
I think maybe I got paid. I think someone gave me like $1 to be nice. I think I got like $1.
You tried.
I think someone was like, I liked your set, and they gave me $1.
Took me 14 months to get paid.
I did a guest spot at the comedy club. I didn't get paid. I got food.
Oh, crazy.
Shut up.
So Hot Waffle is going to be on the 26th. Zach Peterson and Tyler Walsh are going to be there. Tyler Walsh is famous on TikTok now, so come see him.
To all the TikTokers.
He's a little fucking river boy. And Zach Peterson is a living vampire, and we love him. Weston Show, Comedy in the Cave, is on the 31st in Weston, Missouri at O'Malley's. That show's the best show in Kansas City. Hands down. And April 8th, Patio Goofs at Mockingbird Lounge.
Ooh.
I don't remember who's on it, but it's like a
things
showcase.
are happening in the Kansas City comedy scene.
Okay. Yeah, so check out the newsletter if you want. Send me your email or whatever. And you'll know all this shit.
Probably put it in the bio.
It's a great experience. Yeah, I will.
I think, did I send it to you? Do you want it? I don't know if I sent it to you. I'll send it to you.
So glad we got this experience.
Send me your email.
I think it's good. I think we're done.
Yeah, this is...
Cut it off at fun.